Hi everybody, it's me Sharon. It's been quite a while since I posted my last video. Today is September 5th, 2015. I had my gastric bypass RNY on July 29th, 2015. So I'm officially like 5.5 weeks post-op. I am doing really well. I think I'm doing really well. I've only had one post-op checkup with my doctor. I have the next one coming up this week. I am, according to my numbers, from my highest weight. This actually includes the weight I lost from my pre-op diet. I am down 40 pounds. So it's technically 7 weeks. I'm down 40 pounds. I feel the same. It's weird. I don't know. I know that when you deal with obesity for your whole life and you have the issues related to why you're obese, it's hard to get past all of that. You have a lot of mental blocks, I call them. I don't know really what else to call them, but I'm dealing with a lot of that. A lot of it is head stuff, head everything, and that seems to be my struggle more than what am I eating, what can I eat. All right, let's just start there. So this is where, like that little burn I have on my arm. I was pulling out these cheese crisps. Somebody had given me a recipe for cheese crisps because as you know or don't know, when you've had bypass or any type of the weight loss surgery, your primary food source has to be protein, and it's really hard to find protein that you like that agrees with you. So these cheese crisps, I have developed some lactose intolerance, so I'm not able to eat cottage cheese. I don't like yogurt, even though yogurts don't have lactose in them. I haven't found one I like. The ones I do kind of like and can tolerate don't have enough protein in them. So that's out. Not that I'm really even snacking. So let me tell you. So these cheese crisps are really, really good. So the next time I make them, maybe I'll video how I make them and go from there and show you, so you'll have that recipe. They're super easy. You just get the type of cheese you like shredded. I mix like seasonings in it, garlic, onion, and parsley. Typically I put a little oregano in, and then you just cook them in the oven on parchment paper till they get crispy. So that's it. Super easy. And protein, all protein. But so with that being said, so what am I eating? So let's start with that. So 5.5 weeks post-op. So I am on soft foods. I can eat pretty much any lean meat, chicken, turkey, fish, some beef, and steak is not recommended at this time. And tuna fish you can have, no shellfish or anything. And I could be introducing like some vegetables at this point, no starchy vegetables, but I haven't even gotten there yet. And that doesn't seem to bother me. I seem to be really tolerating the lack of food better than I thought I would. When I say that, what I mean is I talk about it frequently, the Facebook Gastric Bypass and Support page. Fabulous community, fabulous group of people, plus all the YouTube videos I watch and the friends that I've met throughout the surgery. A lot of people really struggle with not being able to eat different foods, and that isn't where my struggle is. Like I said at the beginning, my struggle is more with all the other head stuff, which I'll talk about briefly. But so I'm finding I should be transitioning to whole foods, to real foods, as opposed to shakes by now. And I find that if I eat something for breakfast and or lunch, then excuse me, not only can I not get my fluid intake in the required, but I also have trouble eating something at dinner. Because frankly, I'm just way too full. So I will talk to my nutritionist about that this week when I see her. So I have stuck with an 8-ounce protein shake. I did double up my powder. Well, I do a scoop and a half, so I'm getting 30 grams of protein in the morning for an 8-ounce shake. I mix it with water. I haven't added anything to it because that makes me so full as it is, and I don't need to add anything else at this point. And at lunch I do the same thing. So there I get 60 grams of protein, before dinner. So that really takes a lot of pressure off me if I can't eat my dinner. My nutritionist had wanted me to transition to foods you weigh. So say I weigh 3 ounces of meat and I start eating and I can only eat an ounce of it. So the goal is to have like 30 grams of protein per meal. So I weigh my protein, 30 ounces of lean meat. I eat an ounce, so I have 2 ounces left. So now instead of needing 30 ounces of protein, I need an additional 29 ounces of protein. So then her recommendation is to make that up with a shake. But I'm so full after that 1 ounce, I haven't been able to do that. So I'm not getting I wasn't getting my protein in. So that's why I double up for my shakes, just get the protein in those. So I'm already at 60. If I can get 30 more in at dinner, then I'm ahead of the game. I do try to, there are periods throughout the day that I feel hungry, so I'll grab a Weight Watcher, like a string cheese stick, or I'll eat my cheese crisps, like 2 or 3 of them, just to add a little more protein throughout the day. I usually will only have 1 of those, because I'm not hungry enough. Or I like the Cracker Barrel 2% cheddar cheese. I'll do an ounce of that. So that's a little bit of protein. So that's where I'm at. Eating my meal is, I measure out 3 ounces of lean meat, and I mostly can eat 2 ounces. If I'm eating chicken or I can't tolerate turkey yet, and the fish, tuna, I'm not a huge fish eater. We haven't tried fish yet, so I don't know where I stand with that. But tuna is really hot and cold for me. So I pretty much stuck to chicken, and then there's this that I found. I took a picture of the package. It's Hormel, and they have several different ones. I should have had the nutrient thing posted here. I can get that for you, and I can post it at the bottom. It's so good. It's moist. It's fat. You cook it up in 5 minutes. I actually cook it for 10 minutes because I like it a little bit well done. But it's pre-cooked, and it's soaked in this au jus. When you open the package, it looks pretty gross. It kind of looks all congealed, but it's just the way they vacuum seal it. And the meat is so delicious, and it's moist. It's easy to chew. It goes down, and I can get full 3 ounces. I could probably even squeeze in 4 ounces of that if I tried, but I limit it to the 3 ounces, and that's all I'm having. Did try, even though I'm not supposed to have starchy vegetables, I did try potatoes last night. I measured out 2 ounces. I ate about 3/4 of 1 ounce. Mashed potatoes used to be one of my favorite foods. I didn't like the taste that much. You are told that your taste will change after the surgery. I've experienced it a little bit. A few things that I've tried to eat, I'm like, oh, that doesn't taste the same. I don't remember it tasting like that. So I haven't gone back to those items. However, I haven't experienced that a lot. But last night when I had the mashed potatoes, I was kind of happy that I had that experience, because it's one of those foods that make you put weight on. It's a starchy vegetable. Doesn't really provide you anything. So it just fills you up and doesn't give you the nutrients you need. So, but I was craving it. I wanted it. We had made it for my son and my husband to eat. So I'm like, I'm having some. And, 3/4 of an ounce or so, that was plenty. And I probably won't have it again. So that's where I am eating wise. So the emotional part, I know most of my videos have talked about the emotional journey, which I think is really important, because when you go on YouTube and you search gastric bypass or weight loss surgery, you get a million videos, and it's what are we eating today, how are we doing, about the weight they've lost, the clothes they're wearing, how they're dealing with different things like that. But I haven't really seen a lot about the emotional side to this, and I think that's such a huge, huge component. So I really want to touch base about that. I do have a recommendation to those that have not had the surgery yet, and it is, I can't recommend, no matter how you feel about therapy or don't feel, you really should try to seek somebody out that understands weight loss surgery and what you're going to go through, and so you can talk this out and get maybe some tools after you've had the surgery on if you're struggling with something. Somebody that you can go see once a week, once every other week, to kind of hash things out, because I can vent to my husband all that I want. He's fabulous. He's amazing. I am blessed beyond belief. But he doesn't fully understand it. And so I'm dealing with a lot of guilt, a lot of I feel lonely a lot. And I don't think that people that haven't gone through it, my family, it doesn't matter how supportive they are, they just don't really get it. So that is one recommendation. The other recommendation for those preparing to go through the surgery are just listen to all of these weight loss videos. Like, search gastric bypass, weight loss, surgery, anything, and really watch these videos. Google it so that you can listen to podcasts and hear the struggle. Listen and hear what they're saying, the struggles that everybody goes through, because if you go into this blind, you're going to have a terrible time. And when I say blind, I mean I think partly why I'm able to handle the whole food part of this and not being able to eat, and I'm just kind of like taking it slow and going through the motions and going through the steps and the phases as recommended without stressing out about it too much, is because I knew to expect this. And I watched and listened to what everybody was saying. They would say, I tried to eat that food, and even though it was recommended to make sure that it's nice and moist, I just had to have that bite of rotisserie chicken off the bone, that wasn't on gravy or anything. And it got stuck, and I thought I was going to die, and I felt like I was having a heart attack and all this stuff. And so I make sure all my food is super wet and stuff. And I have tried something, that beef au jus that I told you I had leftovers, and I thought it was moist enough. The night before it was super moist, and it went down so easy. So I went to have the leftovers. It looked still real moist to me. Took a couple bites, and it was like stuck here. The pain was horrible. I was in excruciating pain for over an hour. I begged my husband to run to the store to get this. It was recommended on that site, papaya enzyme. It's like you get them in vitamin section. You chew it and it speeds up digestion. It made a world of difference. But for that first hour, I was doubled over in pain. You can't move. You can't take a deep breath. You feel like you have to vomit, but you can't vomit. And this is not dumping. This is different than dumping. It's separate. So now I've connected it with the videos that I've watched, and I will not do that again. Like, it is not worth it. But I know the key is I know it's normal. I know there's nothing wrong with me. I think those of you that haven't prepared and haven't listened to these videos and haven't listened to exactly what your nutritionist and surgeon have told you, when this happens, you're thinking, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. this isn't right. Maybe I have a stricture, I have a blockage. I can't do this. I can never eat again. And then you end up in this downward spiral. But by knowing and, like I said, researching and paying attention to what they're telling me, when this occurred, I knew it was normal. And it's an unwanted side effect. It's avoidable if you follow the guidelines. And yeah, it's hard to do that. Like, you want to just pop that piece of food in your mouth. I know, I get that. I think about it all the time. But that pain was so horrible. I could develop, aversion to eating as a result of that. But I know what I have to do to avoid it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. And the upside to that is it helps you develop better habits around eating. So am I perfect about this? No, absolutely not. I've made mistakes. I've eaten things that I shouldn't have eaten. That Dorito that I had to have, it was a little tiny piece. It had no complications from it. It went down easy. It tasted delicious. But I felt guilty afterwards, so I haven't had another one since. But those type of things, I went to my therapist and I said, I know I shouldn't be sneaking a piece of Dorito or a potato chip or a part of a French fry. And I was able to eat them. I had no side effects from it. But my brain is making me not be able, I want what I want and I want it now and I don't care. And that's the head stuff I'm talking about. So my therapist gave me, tools to help me try to work through that. It's not easy. It's a struggle. Every day I want something and I find myself, I'm sure I look like a freak and I'm driving everybody that I eat with crazy because I find myself staring at their plates and their food and thinking, oh my God, I just want that. If I could just have what they're having. It's kind of like trying to live vicariously through them. I watch them eat the bites and I'm like, trying to imagine what it tastes like and stuff. And I'm trying to stop myself from doing that because I see the looks that they give me back and I feel bad and I'm embarrassed, but it's the addiction and I can't stop myself from doing that yet. So, I've been doing that. The other head stuff. So the guilt, let's talk about that for a second. Since this surgery, I've been exhausted. I'm tired all the time. I'm only getting between 400 and 600 calories a day, depending on if I have those few little snacks. And that's not a whole lot. I was at 2,500 calories before the surgery. And even though I was super obese and unhealthy, I was used to that level of caloric intake and the nutrients that went along with it. Now I'm getting 400 to 600 calories. It's 90% protein, not a lot of other nutrients. I am taking all my vitamins, but I'm exhausted. I have not started working out yet. I'm afraid to because I don't want to pass out. I hear these stories like people jump into the gym. They feel great 2 weeks after surgery and they jump into the gym and then they can't understand why they're back in the hospital dehydrated or they've passed out in the parking lot and you're only getting 400 calories. What are you thinking? You need to be focused on getting through these first, 2 months and without complications and without getting dehydrated. So your focus has to be as much hydration as you can get in and following the plan. And quite frankly, you're not even cleared to lift 10 pounds for 6 to 8 weeks. Well, my surgeon wasn't anyway. And you're supposed to kind of take it easy. So I'm following that guideline. Do I want to exercise? Am I like, oh my God, I can't exercise yet. This is driving me crazy. No, I'm excited. Don't want to go to the gym. I'm lazy. I'm fat. Fat people don't like exercise typically. So I'm kind of, maybe it's an excuse for me to not go to the gym. The surgeon says 6 to 8 weeks. But, hey, I'm taking it. And so far I haven't landed back in the hospital dehydrated or, I haven't passed out yet. So when I go next week, this coming week, I'll see if I can start going, and I'll up that. But I've lost track of what I was talking about. I'm so sorry. Oh, guilt. So I'm so exhausted, like dead tired. And I do take medications for various problems. Like I have restless leg syndrome. I've had it for years. It's pretty significant. Usually any time between 3 or 4 in the afternoon it starts for me, and I suffer tremendously. I can't sit down. I can't stop walking. I have to just go until I take my medicine. And because of the surgery now, I notice when I take my medicine, the amount that I need to quell the restless leg so I can sleep knocks me out cold. Like I feel I'm totally drugged, and I've never felt that before. It processes it so much faster. I'm not really sure why. I'm going to ask them this week. So I can't lower the dose because then my legs won't stop. Like I'll still have the restless leg, but yet as soon as I take it, I'm out cold. But by 8 o'clock, I've been dealing with this awful discomfort and pain and restlessness for 4 hours, and I'm tired. So I take it, and by 8:30, I'm ready for bed. So how does my husband feel about it? He's frustrated. We used to have, like, after 8 o'clock or so, we'd watch TV together, we'd snuggle. It would be kind of our time to catch up and have, a few minutes alone time and stuff. And we haven't had that for weeks. And it really looks like there's no end in sight. So I feel so guilty about that, but I can't help it. 5 weeks post-op from a major surgery, so I'm still tired and recovering from that. The medication's affecting me and hitting me completely different. There's all these factors that play into it, and I'm so tired. I'm drugged, and I literally cannot help it. There have been nights that I've pushed it off until like 10 or 11, and then I can't get up in the morning. So it's like I can't really get a handle of this, and it's frustrating. It's adding to the pressure for me that why did I do this, and should I have done this? I don't want this to ruin my marriage. I don't want it to affect my relationships. I don't want it to affect my children. So there's all that. Then, of course, so that's the guilt part of it for me. That's what I'm dealing with. So I try to be as engaged as I can during the day with my family. But if we're all working and in school, that's difficult. It's just terrible. It is terrible. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. And then during dinner, I'm like an obsessed zombie. So dinner time where we sit every night at dinner, I'm like staring at everybody's food and thinking about stay focused, just eat slow, chew well, don't go too fast, make sure it's moist, chew every bite 30 times. Like this is where my head is during dinner, so I'm not engaged during mealtime, which used to be a big time with my family. So I can't wait to get back to that. I've been trying to decide how to do. Should I eat my food? I mean, really, it's 2 to 3 ounces of meat. That's it. Should I eat it before everybody else, so then I can sit at the dinner table and I won't be hungry, and then I can focus on them? Or should I just continue and let them adjust to the new me? Like, I honestly don't know. I don't know. So that's another discussion I'll have with my therapist when I go Tuesday. So that's that part of it. Head hunger is huge. It's real. But after the surgery, you can get through it pretty quickly. It's minute to minute or hour to hour. So usually my head hunger comes when I'm hungry, when I need to have a shake, or right before dinner. And I find myself like, oh, I just want to have that Dorito, or I just want to have that snack, or this or that. And I have a shake. So then I'm like, just have your shake. And then if you still feel like you have to have that, then we'll go for it. And I'm so full and usually feel gross after the shake that I don't really think about other stuff afterwards. So that's good. So there's so much more that I want to talk about. I know my videos are serious, and I'm hoping as I get better and things improve for me, you'll be able to see the real me and the fun me, and I'll be able to, have a little more upbeat videos. But this struggle is real, and I don't know what else to say. Like, this is a tough time. The whole process is tough. Am I excited that I'm losing weight? I'm down 40 pounds. Yes, I'm down 4 pant sizes. I did have an incident, I'll tell you this, shopping. And I know this video is long. I'm sorry. I'm a chatter. But I went, you know what? I'm going to save this for my next video because I really want people to hear it, and I'll say it at the beginning because I'm sure most of you have all signed off anyway and aren't even listening to me. So that'll be it. My video has been too long, and I hope you all subscribe to my channel. And I really like the Liz, Diz, you're fantastic. I love your little messages after my videos because it gives me the motivation to do another one. And I know you guys are listening. So keep up the good work, and hope to see you soon. Thanks.